What's good, YouTube? This your boy Dream Catcher 305, back once again to continue my series on the top 5 positions in the NFL. Last time around we did the top 5 D tackles in the league. Now we're gonna switch over and we're gonna do the top 5 inside linebackers. And this is an interesting list. There's a lot of productive guys out there, but what holds into account in my top 5 linebackers, of course, is always going to be consistency. Can you be consistent each and every year? Productivity. Is you productive for your team? Third, are you the leader? Can you band together your team? And can you make plays when it's called upon you? So these 3 things in these 3 areas, especially plugging the gaps, reading defenses, the whole 9 yards. Of course, that taken into account of my top 5, but those 3 things is pretty much the base of my top 5 linebackers. But let's get right into it now. Coming in at number 5, we got Quan Alexander. That young bull from the Bucks, he's something special. Even though he only been in the league for 4 years, but for those last 4 years, he's been nothing but remarkable. Each and every year, he's just going to continue to get better. This past season, he didn't play the entire season because due to injury, he tore his ACL, but still was able to put up some type of numbers in the little amount of time that he did play. We're going to start off the last 4 years. Well, he only been in the league for 4 years, so that's only stat line I can go with. But in 2015, he played in 12 games. He had 2 picks, 9 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 59 solo, 34 assist tackles, which equals up to 93 total tackles, 6 TFLs, 5 QB hits, and 3 sacks. That's pretty good numbers from a rookie. From a rookie just coming in the league to put up these type of numbers. And remind you, he didn't play the whole 16-game season. He only played 12. And to be able to get that's impressive. A lot of linebackers, some players don't even get that in year 5 or whatever the case may be, and he did it in his first year. So he was already setting his trend to become a good linebacker. By the way, him and Levante David was a good tandem. In 2016, he had 1 pick. He took it to the crib. 7 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 3 sacks again, 108 solo tackles. Before I even continue, I want to shine some light on this. 108 solo tackles. That is hard to get. Players don't even get 70 solo tackles. This guy had 108 solo tackles. That means this guy here, he's shooting the gaps, he getting off blocks, he plugging the hole, he doing everything correctly. Jumping back in coverage, he had 9 PBUs. No, excuse me, he had 7 PBUs. Made plays all over and making tackles, and I love to see that from a linebacker. Especially, it's his second year. It is his second year, and he's making these type of plays already. He's on a good route. He had 37 assist tackles, which equals out to 145 total tackles, 12 TFLs, 7 QB hits. He's in his second year. He's proving that he's an all-around guy. He's an all-around linebacker. He can plug the holes. He can shoot the gaps. He can get behind the line of scrimmage, make plays. He can get to the quarterback. He could drop back in coverage. He could show the speed that he have, dropping back in coverage, taking the pick to the crib. He had a forced fumble. He could get the ball out of there. He could scoop and score. If not score, he could scoop the ball and get some yardage. 2016, he was really emerging as one of the best inside linebackers in the league. In 2017, he didn't play all 16 games, but he had 3 picks, 4 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 70 solo tackles, 27 assist tackles. He was up to 97 total tackles, 7 TFLs, and 3 QB hits. And that year, he made the Pro Bowl in 2017. That is that for a guy that didn't play the full 16-game season, full 16 games, and to have 3 picks and 4 PBUs, pretty good. Hey, Coach Bucks, you may need to use that guy back there as safety, Coach. He back there making plays for you. But in 2018, he played in 6 games. He missed the rest of the season, like I mentioned before. He tore his ACL, so he didn't get a chance to continue the season. But for the little bit of time, for the 6 games that he did play, he had 2 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles, 1 sack, 34 solo tackles, 11 to 6 tackles, which equals out to 45 total tackles, 6 TFLs, and 2 QB hits. So for a guy that played 10 games, that only played 6 games, still a pretty good number. Still been effective in the little bit of time that he did play. 2 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles. He's getting the ball out of there, shooting the gaps. 34 solo tackles, getting to the quarterback. 2 QB hits, 1 sack, 6 TFLs, getting behind the line of scrimmage. So he's only going to get better and better each and every year that he's in the league, and he's emerged as one of the best inside linebackers in the league. Shifting over to number 4, this young bull here, Deion Jones. Atlanta got a steal because one, he's running like a linebacker. He's running like a DB, and he can hit. He hit like a truck. So they have a gem in Deion Jones. This young bull here is really special, and I love to watch him each and every Sunday. But in 2016, he had immediate success with the Falcons. He had 3 picks. 2 of them he took to the crib. And you don't really see that a lot from a linebacker taking 2 picks to the crib in one season. It's hard to see that, but he had 3 picks. Two of them he took to the crib. 11 PBUs, man. That's literally no fly zone, man. No fly zone. All the flights was delayed with that man. He had 1 forced fumble, 75 solo tackles, 31 assist tackles, which equals out to 106 total tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 QB hits. I would love to see a little bit more TFLs from him in his rookie year, but he made up for it by having 3 picks. 2 of them he took to the crib, 11 PBUs. So that means he's still an all-around guy. He's dropping back in coverage. He's dropping in his zone. He's getting his stuff. Even though he's the whole guy, he's the Mike backer. Still reading the quarterback eyes and driving on the ball and getting the pick, taking it away and putting points up for his team. So he's contributing in every way. In 2017, and he only been I forgot to mention it before I even started reading off his stats. He only been in the league for 3 years, and within these 3 years, he emerged as one of the best linebackers in the league. In 2017, he had 3 picks once again. Man, this man is a DB, bro. He's a DB just trapped in the linebacker position. Because this man here he's something. 10 PBUs once again. All flights delayed, man. All flights is delayed. He's locking it down. He's holding it down. You feel me? He had 1 sack, 91 solo tackles, 47 assist tackles, which equals out to 138 total tackles and 10 TFLs. Pretty good stats for a second-year player. Pretty good stats. I like to see that. In 2018, he only played in 6 games because he missed the rest of the season due to injury. But he had 2 picks. 1 of them he took to the crib. 6 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack, 34 solo tackles, 19 assist tackles, equals out to 53 total tackles, and 1 TFL. Man, each and every year he took a step back in the PBU area, but he missed the rest of the season. So I'm pretty sure he would have had probably like 10 to 12 or maybe 10 to 15 PBUs. But he's everything that you want in a linebacker. Shooting the gaps, getting in the run game, getting him some face, dropping back in coverage, picking the ball up, putting points up for his team, setting his team up to be the best team out there on the field. He getting forced fumbles. He's everything. Like I said, plugging the gaps, getting behind the line of scrimmage. I like to see that from him, and he's only going to get better and better each and every year, as well as Quan Alexander. Coming in at number 3, man, something serious, man. We knew he was destined for greatness the moment he stepped out of Alabama. And I knew he was going to be great once he get into the league. And once he got into the league, he made his mark. And this guy here, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler. I'm just saying, CJ Mosley, man. Since entering the league in 2014, he was bless me. Since entering the league in 2014, he emerged instantly as a star. In his 5-year career, he made the Pro Bowl 4 out of 5 times. Like I mentioned, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler, and he's been remarkable and exceptional each and every year that he's been in the league. But let's get right into it, man. In 2014, he had 2 picks, 8 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 99 solo tackles, 52 assist tackles, which equals out to 151 total tackles, 8 TFLs, 12 QB hits, and 3 sacks. That's great. For a rookie to come in the game and ball the way he did, it's great, man. It's great. Shit, we need to put some of these DBs, some of these linebackers as DBs, because these guys making plays on the ball as Mike backers. But in 2015, he had 7 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, which one of them he took to the crib, 4 sacks, 77 solo tackles, 40 assist tackles, which equals out to 177 total tackles, 13 TFLs, 9 QB hits. Once again, great numbers. Just gotten better. He's gotten better. His ceiling was growing, and he was just getting better. And the sky's the limit for this man. In 2016, he had 4 picks, 8 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 56 solo tackles, 36 assist tackles, which equals to 92 total tackles, 5 TFLs, 4 QB hits. Greatness at its finest. Greatness at its finest. This man is productive. He's everything. He's everything you look for and want in a linebacker. And he's just going to continue to get better, as we all see that he's doing. In 2017, he had 2 picks. One of them he took to the crib. 7 PBUs, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 sack, 96 solo tackles, 36 assist tackles, which equals to 132 total tackles, 11 TFLs, 5 QB hits. Getting to the ball, flying to the ball, plugging the gaps, plugging the holes, driving on the ball, getting picks, forcing the ball out, returning it to the crib, putting points up for his offense or for his team. Just an all-out stud, man. Just an all-out stud. Getting to the quarterback, getting behind the line of scrimmage, everything, man. In 2018, he had 1 pick, 5 PBUs, half a sack, 70 solo tackles, 35 assist tackles, which equals out to 105 total tackles, 6 TFLs, 2 QB hits. Great. This man been nothing but remarkable and great his entire time he's been in the league. And I don't understand why the Ravens will get rid of this man, as he's the predecessor to Ray Lewis. This man he's been putting up great numbers since he's been in the league. Why would the Ravens just get rid of him like that? But that's neither here nor there. I don't understand it. That's very stupid to do. But hey, I guess the Ravens just know what they're doing. Number 2, man, this guy here, I debated myself. I debated myself a lot on putting this guy either number 1 or number 2, because I like watching this man. Captain America, man. Captain America. Luke Kuechly has been a sensation since he's been in the league, man. Since coming out of Boston College and just controlling the defense, this man been nothing but great. And I love to watch this man every chance I get, because it's a lot you can learn from him. And the person that I have at number 1, you can learn a lot from both of these guys. But Luke Kuechly, man, in his 4-year career, by the way, he's a 6-time Pro Bowler, a 5-time All-Pro. By the way, he was a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro in 2013 and 2014. But in 2015, he had 4 picks. One of them he took to the crib, 10 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, 1 sack, 107 solo tackles, 64 assist tackles, which equals to 171 tackles. Him and Quan Alexander is good tacklers. Open field, it's just him and man oh man, who's gonna bring you down? And Luke Kuechly showed he's a better man than a lot of these guys in 2015, because he had 107 solo tackles, 9 TFLs, 5 QB hits. That's a great season in his third year in the league. In 2016, he had 1 pick, 6 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 2 sacks, 71 solo tackles, 31 assist tackles, which equals out to 102 total tackles, 6 TFLs, 4 QB hits. Reading the offense, shooting the gaps, plugging the hole. Plugging the holes, getting to the quarterback, getting behind the line of scrimmage. Just overall greatness. Excuse me. In 2017, he had 3 picks, 6 PBUs, 1 forced fumble, 3 fumble recoveries, 1 touchdown, 1.5 sacks, 74 solo tackles, 51 assist tackles, which equals to 125 total tackles, 7 TFLs, 5 QB hits. If that's not amazing, I don't know what is. Making an imprint on the game in every facet way at the linebacker position. Catching the ball, catching the pick, getting your hand up, knocking the ball down, getting forced fumbles, getting the fumble recovery, scoop and score, 1.5 sacks, getting behind the line of scrimmage with 7 TFLs, hitting the quarterback, punishing him every time he throw the ball with 5 QB hits. Man, this man is great. He's amazing in every which way that you can put it, and he's on pace to be one of the greatest linebackers of all time. He's continued this level of success. In 2018, he had 1 pick, 6 PBUs, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 2 sacks, 93 solo tackles, 37 assist tackles, which equals to 130 total tackles, 7 TFLs, and 5 QB hits. That's amazing. That's amazing what this man is doing. He's greatness. That is greatness at its finest. I want to continue to watch him and watch him be one of the best linebackers in the league. Number 1, man, the uno nuno, man, the head honcho, B-Wag, man, Bobby Wagner. I like to call him B-Wag. One of the best linebackers. Well, not one. Excuse me. The best linebacker in the league. 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, and the Super Bowl champ. Helped deliver Seattle its first Super Bowl against the Broncos, and could have had 2, but I'm not even going to get into that. But Mr. Consistency as well. Consistent each and every year. Him and Luke Kuechly is very consistent. The most 2 consistent linebackers in the league. But B-Wag, he's just great. Since coming in the league, him and Luke came in the league the same year in 2012, and they both been remarkable. And so, like I said, I had to debate whether to put Luke at 1, B-Wag at 2, or either or, but I decided to put B-Wag at 1 because it's just something about him. He's just got that edge. But in 2015, he had 7 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, 2 of them which he took to the crib, a half a sack, 67 solo tackles, 47 assist tackles, which equals to 114 total tackles, 2 TFLs, 4 QB hits. Great. 2016, he had 1 pick, 3 PBUs, 1 fumble recovery, 4.5 sacks, 86 solo tackles, the 82 assist tackles, which equals to 168 total tackles. That's getting to the ball, 7 TFLs, 18 QB hits. That's great. That's you flying to the ball, every hat to the ball. You're putting your hand up with 3 PBUs. You get a fumble recovery. You get 4.5 sacks. You get into the quarterback. And 18 QB hits. You're getting behind the line of scrimmage. 7 TFLs. That's greatness written all over it. In 2017, he had 2 picks, 6 PBUs, 2 fumble recoveries, which one of them he took to the crib, 1.5 sack, 97 solo tackles, 36 assist tackles, which equals to 133 total tackles, 13 TFLs, 13 QB hits. Once again, flying to the ball, every hat to the ball, putting his hand up, scoop and score, getting behind the line of scrimmage with 13 TFLs, hitting the quarterback, 13 QB hits. Man, that's greatness written all over it. In 2018, he had 1 pick, one of them which he took to the crib, 11 PBUs, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 1 sack, 84 solo tackles, 54 assist tackles, which equals to 138 total tackles, 6 TFLs, 8 QB hits. everything you want in a linebacker and then some. And I didn't even mention the amazing stats that he put up 2012 on down. I didn't get a chance to mention that, but he's been remarkable throughout his entire career, and that would land him as my number one spot because all these guys, they're consistent. As you can see, they're consistent, they're productive, and they hold it down. They're the leader of their team, and they make plays each and every time they're on the field, and sometimes in multiple ways. And I love to see that from these guys. But this your boy Dreamcatcher 305. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.